Hello everyone, this is Shrike playing Farmhand. This is a free demo. If you want to try it for yourself, there's a link in the description. It is a roguelike deck builder farming sim, which is an interesting combination. So I'm quite interested, to say the least. It looks like there will be different characters to pick from, and we'll have to unlock them. And of course, I'll have to unlock different seasons. So I'm just going to start. We're going to discover this for ourselves and see what this is all about. The premise is good though. Welcome to the Farmhand demo. Plant seed cards to create powerful combos. You can reach the goal within 6 days. All right. Pretty clear. We're going to be trying to get lots of combos. We're going to get a good score. We're going to get to it within a certain period of time. Makes sense to me. This is a seed card. It has a timer and a value. Many seeds also have special abilities that can affect other crops. So this has a timer of 3, a value of 2. It's a tomato or tomato. On plant, -1 timer to adjacent plants. So I can use it to speed up other plants. Okay. Each day, your plants will grow. Their timer will reduce by 1. If a plant's timer is at 0, it will harvest instead of grow. Okay. Seems straightforward. Big harvests mean big scores. At the end of the day, your score is calculated. Total harvested value times the number of plants harvested. Okay, so you can do large volumes of weak stuff or potentially high value stuff, but less of them, and it comes out more or less the same. We'll see. Use your abilities wisely and try to harvest many crops on the same day. So we want all the timers to line up with each other. Yeah, because then we'd harvest a lot more that day. Okay. So I don't want to just harvest lots of plants. I want to harvest them at the same time. Now the pumpkin on harvest adds 5 to adjacent plants. What happens if it harvests at the same time as something else? I hope it wouldn't like ruin the other ones, but I would assume not. It looks like these are going to both be 2. I'm going to make the tomato beside the pumpkin, so the pumpkin also becomes 2. Maybe. So if I play this, let's say here, that's a nice little effect when it hovers over. So I play this here, we'll reduce him to 2. Problem is, now these 3 are all together, but the tomato is 1 too slow. But we'll see what happens. Maybe I'll get more crops next turn, and I can reduce the tomato down or something. +1 to adjacent plants. Oh, but I could line up these very easily with this tomato. I don't know why I put them all together. I think the positional play of this will probably add a lot to the challenge later. I'm going to put this over here because it won't mess up anybody else right now. So now let's see what happens. Oh, the tomato is going to probably mess up now because the pumpkin is going to cause him to have +5. I didn't think about that. I did not think about that. +1 to adjacent plants. I could delay the pumpkin so that doesn't happen by putting a potato beside it, potentially. On harvest, this is on plant. I see. So it's like, how badly do I want to delay this? I mean, it's worth 20, but it is going to mess up the tomato. It'll make our multiplier here worse, but our multiplier there will still be pretty decent. So it's not that bad. The tomato, or the potato rather. If I do this, I can pump him up to 2. And then he will be at the same period as these. Now, this is a 3. I'm going to put it in this corner for now and see what happens. We're going to get our first harvest here. Oh, it does trigger first. Okay, well, there you go. We did not get a very good score from that, evidently. But these are all lined up now. These are lined up. These are messed up horribly. -1 to each of these wouldn't be terrible. Also, if I did it to him, when I'm going to get... He's going to be lined up with all of these down here, which should be very good. Potentially. Salvaging these guys is going to be a little more tough. I'm not sure what happens if I if I do this, it's on plant. Yeah, it's on plant. So if I plant it first, then it doesn't really matter too much. Okay, this tomato in the top right is going to be messed up, but that's okay. It's all in the name of having a big combo. Goal score reached. Oh, okay. Our goal score is actually only 50. Wait, it's going to end the week? Just because I reached it? I don't get to see the other one? I don't get to maximize my score? Really? If I can get another pumpkin out. Radish. Takes 0 time and gives 8. Does seem pretty good. Has no other effects, but you could time it out. Well, it'd only be good if you were going to harvest that day that you drew it. What is this? Dandelions. Spread to all empty adjacent tiles. That's funny as hell, actually. You could just grow weeds and get tons of them. That would be a fun strategy. Just fill like half your field with dandelions. And then you'd be constantly getting quite a lot of a big multiplier. And if you combine it with any other plants, okay, you know what? I might want to try that. What about sweet potato though? 1 and 6. Gains 3 for each adjacent plant. Ooh, that's actually really good. But I want to try the dandelion strategy. Oh, I see. The next week continues, but all my stuff is still here. Aw. Okay. Interesting. This is gonna go up to like 5, which is unfortunate, but if I do this, I can bring these down immediately to 0. Combo with this. That's pretty cool. Is this on it's on harvest? Okay. I'm gonna start planting those and see what happens. I can start lining up with this potentially. Yeah, that tomato, of course. Pop. 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 That's a big score. All right, in one go, we got our goal. Is that gonna end it ends the week immediately? That's crazy. On plant, copy the highest adjacent star. Ooh, it takes 4. But if you put it beside like a pumpkin, I guess. It would almost certainly get messed up with though. I think just another tomato would be kind of nice. We do have 3 rerolls, I noticed. So if I didn't like any of those options, we could try. The dandelion's going to spread. -1. I think this would cause harvest immediately if you did it. Like if I did it here, which is not super helpful, I would say. What I could do is set up some things here. Be like, hey. Get them down to 1 to sync with this. Although 2 would have synced with these guys, so maybe not super exciting, but I can put this somewhere. It doesn't really matter because it's going to take a while. I need to get 250 here. Okay, the dandelion spread, which is funny, but all I got was 12 measly points for that. So now I've only got 3 zeros. And all I got was a bunch of 2s. However, the 1s, we got a lot of things that are set up for 1. Oh, I do have a tomato there as well. We have a lot of things that are set up for number 2. Oh, that adds 1. Whoops. Well, that'll make our next combo better, and our current combo is going to suck. That's okay. Yeah, not a great combo, I'd say. But we do have a lot of days to make it, so not the biggest of deal. Here's a good question. Do I want to use my tomatoes to try and set up something big? Or do I want to wait? Because these are all 1. They've got 5 of them that are 1s. I got 6 of them that are 1s. I could try and reduce them to 0, but I don't think there's much point. This gets harvested. I mean, that's fine. Those will be long gone by that point. 2 here. I could do a pretty big setup, potentially. I don't know what happens to this tomato here if I do this. That's my question. If I do this. Might be losing potentially 2. This one's a bigger risk reward. Okay, it doesn't harvest immediately. Good to know in the future. So we should get a pretty big combo here. Oh, that dandelion's not going to spread anytime soon. Wait, why didn't these get harvested? Oh, well, we reached our goal anyways, so they'll be kind of set up well for next time. I do kind of wish I could play out the rest of the week. Sticker pack. Transform your seeds. Not available in the demo. Oh, man. I kind of wanted that. A radish just takes 0 and... I mean, let's go for the radish. Why not? Now, I'm not really getting to remove things from our deck, it seems like. Unless... I can't even look and see what's in our side of our deck. That is a big gap. Any deck builder needs me to be able to see what's inside the deck at any time I want to see it. I think that is just super duper duper important. Well, there's not much I can do here. Why is they're hovering because they're about to be harvested, I guess. Well, that dandelion's gonna unfortunately just cause some problems. Because it got by the pumpkin. 20 times 8, 160. Okay. Oh, it's okay. Reshuffled our deck, so they're not gone forever. 2, 3 dandelions. Nothing else is really lined up for it though. I could add one to them so that they line up better next turn. Yeah, so then we'll have lots of ones, including for the pumpkin. Although the pumpkin might mess up the dandelion. I don't know the order that's going to happen here. Anything else that I could set up for that? I don't think so. I think what we're going to do is just play these out. And I guess if I really wanted to, I could delay the pumpkin. But the pumpkin's worth way more than the dandelion's multiplier, probably. So I can stick this back here since these guys really don't matter. They're just never going to grow. I wonder if there'll be ways to remove things from the field, you know? They're all going to -1. Oh, no, it just said -1. Oh, it's when they're at 0, they actually get harvested. I keep forgetting that. Now they're going to get harvested. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. It'd kind of be nice if they gave us like a preview of what our score will be, but I also kind of hid other things away, so I can't necessarily set things up. Yeah, like these are back here. If they were over here, I could potentially put a tomato beside them to reduce. Same with this potato, but I didn't, so I can't. I mean, I can do plus or -1 to that dandelion, so that's another multiplier in theory. If I do this as well, I can set up another multiplier. And well, new card unlocked. Ooh, chili peppers. Or some kind of pepper. Oh. Okay, it looks like it's going from top left and then in rows. All right. So that we could plan it that way with the... So you'd almost want the pumpkins to be in the bottom right consistently. Marigold, +2 to adjacent plants. But it gives nothing itself. So it's really not that exciting. Mainly because the best you're going to get is +4. I'd rather just... I guess tomatoes aren't even worth 4, so... But they get more utility. So that does seem like decent value. But I think sweet potato is probably going to be even better. Looks like the circles underneath them might be for modifications later. Which unfortunately is not in the demo. So if I do this here, I do I do it here. Not gonna be able to reduce its. That's where it's +3 for each adjacent plant. It says 6 right now, which doesn't necessarily line up with my expectations, but maybe it's when it gets harvested. No, on grow. Oh. Ah, you could really scale this crazy, especially if you have like a potato add to its timer so it gets to grow for longer. Oh, that'd be incredibly good. Unfortunately, right now it's gonna probably pop these ones first, so then it'll only have 2 adjacent when it grows. It'll only get +6, but I mean, that should still be good. I can line up these turnips with these guys at the very least. Yeah. Yeah, that's exactly what happened. Good to know. Radish can line up with the sweet potato. I surround it like this. When it grows, I don't know if it'll get the score and then harvest, or if it'll just harvest immediately. I kind of assume it'll just harvest without getting the extra score, but we can find out. I do have a lot of 1s here. I only got a couple of 0s, which are not really going to do a whole lot for us. They do give us a lot of time to meet our quota, I will say. Yeah, I don't think it got the extra grow. Okay, sweet potato. There we go. That's nice. I don't have a tomato to go with it, but... Dude, you could have a really big one if you had it beside a pumpkin that gave it +5. You have to time it well. Which I can't do it with this pumpkin. It's not correct. I do have a lot of 0s. If I do a -1 to this pumpkin, it could give a lot of value. A lot of value. You even reduce this potentially. But it's better for it to wait 1 round. Ooh, I could also do the tomato up here. And get those lined up with all these 0s. But I think the pumpkin's worth way more. It's worth 20, so. The next question would be if I do this. I can at least make the 1s be slightly better lined up. Now this pumpkin here is would be ill-advised, but I'm gonna do it anyways. Oh yeah, look how much that sweet potato is worth now. If you can pair that together with any large amount of stuff, which we do have a bunch of 0s, so possible. It would have been really nice if I drew the other one that's, I think, the radish, I think it is, like to take a 0 time. I should be able to set up some things with the tomato. It's probably best off here. I can't get the pumpkin to line up with us, but I'm gonna do this and get these dandelions. So that way we get a really big multiplier with sweet potato. And then you, I'll just put you down here, and this tomato's just never gonna grow. Let's be honest here. Okay, 27 times 7. That's just enough score. Okay. The week. No, I'm gonna be set up enough to get the ever increasing score goal. Probably. I think we'll be fine. Spread to all empty adjacent tile. Oh, yeah, dandelion. Daisy. Set its value to double the highest adjacent time. Ooh. Well, when we've got something that's, you know, got 7 time, that's really, really easy to work with. I put it here and it'll be worth 14. Yeah, look at that. Get another dandelion. I got a lot of ones. Well, I got a lot of zeros and ones. Unfortunately, I can't really... I could delay some of the zeros. Potentially. Not very efficiently, I would say. Like, I could do this and get these two dandelions for it to line up with the pumpkin for a better multiplier there. At the cost of this tomato taking longer, but that's probably worth. And we don't want to be putting things beside the pumpkin at this point. But right now, everything except... Oh, this turnip down here. Oh, it's going to be gone now anyways. Yeah. So when the pumpkin gets harvested, nothing will be beside it. I did not give very much score for that, but... Ooh, sweet potato. Oh, do I go big? I think I try and go big for the sweet potato and get it. Have a very long... Because it's going to get +5 from the pumpkin. And then it can grow for a very long time and be huge and give us a ton of points for the final week. I think that is pretty good as an idea, as a plan. I put this here. We'll get a bigger multiplier. And then I just need some basic stuff. Pop, pop. Oh no, these dandelions are gonna get +5. No, that's not ideal, I would say. Either way, that was worth over 400 points. And this thing's gonna get bigger and bigger. I can even speed it up if I want to, but... Radish. +3 for each adjacent plant. So as long as they're adjacent, it doesn't really matter. I've got a couple of zeros here. 3, 4. How many ones do I have? Also 4. If I do this, I can get a much better setup. I maybe potentially could have done that with the radish, actually. In hindsight. Might want to do this just to help reduce those a little bit. Offset what I just did, more or less. Well, the radish will give us at least a little bit of points, but that's about it. Yeah, look at this. The sweet potato is massive. Absolutely massive. Okay, so now I've got at least ×5 for number of things. Oh, I can make it ×6. I'm gonna put the pumpkin in this corner. And the radish is worth a lot, so we should get a pretty good multiplier here. A decent number of points. Nothing like too special, but... The dandelions are kind of filling up too much space at this point, actually. Oh, the sweet potato is worth 36 now. That's without even, like, maximizing. Oh, 2 sweet potatoes beside each other is kind of crazy, isn't it? How many zeros we got? 3, 4... I could definitely reduce another one if I wanted to. With the tomato. Tomatoes are pretty useful. Better question is, when do I want the sweet potato to be harvested? How soon do I want that to happen? I also really want the sweet potato to be in the center somewhere. Oh, I could just get this to get immediate +6. It could be 12. Yeah, no, it's still better in the centers, really. Because how many 3s do I have? I only really have, well, 3 3s. Which is not ideal for the sweet potato. Versus the number of 2s. 2. Also not great, but I can easily get a lot of 2s. In fact, if I do this... we can delay a little bit. I want to put the sweet potato here, but I really want to reduce... Oh, I messed up, huh? Messed up slightly. I messed up slightly. Yeah. Yeah. I mean, this will still be decent. Let's grow. We're not going to get much score this. Oh, I only have one more day, so. New card unlocked. Well, last day. This has been a lot of setup for this sweet potato. Okay, I got a regular tomato. We can do it. 0, 0, 0, 0, 0. Fortunately, these are not beside each other, but can't delay any longer, I don't think. Question is, yeah, there's nothing else I'm going to build a combo with it, but hold on. This thing's value is crazy, right? Oh, time. Oh, it's not time. It's time, not value. So this is worthless now. Truly worthless. Well, that's not good. That's not great. Really, I'm just not going to play the potato, I think. Wait, do I have to play the potato? Oh, I have to play all my cards. Well, that'll be interesting. You don't get a choice. I never really realized until now because it was usually beneficial to play all my cards. Either way, that's a lot of points. I just wanted that for the last day, not now, unfortunately. But hey, or the last week, I should say. Sunflower. +4 to plants in a row. Oh. A whole row, huh? Or we could try. All right. I was really hoping to get another one of the sweet potatoes, but okay, we need 900 points. I can't mess around here. We got if I do this, oh, it's on grow, so it's only gonna get these two. So you'd want it more on the left, preferably. I mean, it looks like at 1, I'm gonna have a very good setup in general. We're just going to get pennies here, though. Sunflowers seem like they could be really good. Wait, why didn't this work? Wait, that's a dandelion. That's not a sunflower. That's a dandelion. Oops. Oh, I can do a pretty good setup with this. That's nice. Too bad this is useless. It just gives us a multiplier, really. Biggest problem I have right now is like, where do I play these tomatoes that don't mess things up for us? And by tomatoes, I mean potatoes. They're gonna mess everything up. That's not good. I don't want them, man. I gotta play them. We're gonna miss out on several multipliers. A lot of multipliers. Which is really bad. So to salvage this, what can I do? I can try and set as many to 1 as possible, so that way in the next turn we get a big payoff, you know? I think that's what I have to do. I really need the pumpkin to be delayed by 1. Okay. Potatoes are a bit of a problem. Oh, we got eggplants unlocked. At least that got emptied out, so it's everything good for us anyways. Highest time. We don't really have any good timers, although we could do pumpkin. Well, this potato is going to get +5. Oh well. 0, 0, 0, 0, 0. We do have a bunch of zeros. Just I can set up a little bit more with the tomato. Ooh, if I put it here, it would be good. Because then this will pop and won't get the +5. That's really the best we're gonna get, I think, with it. I should play the other things first. We only have so many days. I think this is the play. Okay. I feel like okay, 186 is not enough. It's really not enough. Sweet potato is a little bit late, my friend. Tis a little bit late. No, there's not going to be the greatest setups for either. Now we can get a little bit more with the radish. Oh, this is the daisy. It's not the sunflower. I keep mixing them up. If I play this, it's not going to get much because everything's getting harvested more or less. I can surround it easily by 3 things. Doing this. It's not the greatest, but it will work. Oh, that's a lot of dandelions. Okay, maybe we can get a big multiplier. Maybe. Can get a potato in there? Well, I could. Is that 15? You have a lot of zeros. I got a tomato that would have been even better, but I did not. Dropping a tomato here would have reduced those 2. I do have the pumpkin, which is nice. I don't have any high times for the daisy. Currently, if I had the daisy next turn, could have been good, but I'd also run out of days, so. Putting the pumpkins in is a little bit difficult, evidently. Whatever goes beside them is not going to have enough days to actually get harvested, is the problem. I kind of have to give up something. Potentially multiple things. Well, this is never going to get planted, so putting beside that is fine. And probably this is the least damage I can get for that. If I put this here, you know, at least become worth 6. And want to potentially. All right. Well, we'll see. I don't think we're gonna make the quota. Gonna be close. Oh, that's real close. I have a good final day, but I don't think I got tomatoes. Gonna be very important. I get another 2 multiplier here. That would be then so 4, 5, 6 times 6. If I do this first on a row, you can get a lot of value that way. I should also probably get this daisy if I can. Ooh, Pumpkin's never gonna trigger, so it doesn't really matter. Yeah, it's. I mean, if I do that, I'm not gonna get very much out of this. I feel like the higher multiplier is still better. If I do this here, I'm increasing the value of things that aren't getting harvested this turn. If I put it here, I'll get multiple things. Oh, I see what I do. No, I don't, because they'll get harvested first before this trigger, so I won't get the +4. The best value I can do is get this, I think. I could get the turnip. No, this is... The higher multiplier is still probably better. Either way, I think we're fucked, but... Close. Very close. Not quite enough. Dude, we're 15 short? 15? No way. Well, we did unlock some new stuff, so let's try again. Eggplant. Free time. +5 every time an adjacent plant is harvested. Okay. Cherry tomato. -1 to all plants on harvest. Ooh. Jalapeno. Destroy adjacent plants. +5 for each destroyed plant. Okay, so it could be worth up to 20, potentially, if you're willing to destroy plants, which... If you do it to, like, dandelions or something, that could be good. Lavender. Adjacent plants get ×2 time and value. Imagine that was a sweet potato. All right, we're gonna go again. Absolutely. Okay, pumpkin in the corner. Now we've learned a lot about how to position things. What I can do is this, and all of these are now lined up at 3. Okay, I can do ×2 probably at this point though. And then I've got a whole bunch more. And I can reduce time. I don't think I really want to. Everything's kind of lined up nicely, so I'm just going to put the tomato up here, I guess. Okay. Potato, I can line up this, actually. That's pretty good. So now these are all set up for 1. And these will be set up for another batch. Yeah, we've learned so much about how to time these things and where to position them. Ugh, pumpkin now. I would have liked it next turn. Ooh, I have the alternative of making this batch even larger, but I think we're gonna easily pass our goal, so I shouldn't do that. Instead, I should work on setting up more for the next cycle. Oh yeah, the potato adds 1. I forgot. In fact, I can greed. But this is going to be 20 times any amount is going to be good enough. So if I do this, next week, we're going to have a huge setup already, which is pretty sweet. If I do this, I'll have an even bigger setup for next week. Yeah, the pumpkin is not the greatest position, I would say. But I definitely want it on the right somewhere, so... There's our 140 points. We only need 50, so we don't carry it over to the next week. So overshooting the goal is not really good. I kind of want to see the jalapeno, but the lavender would be very good, or the daisy would be very good if we had sweet potato. But we haven't tried jalapeno, so let's try it. Okay, so... now I'm going to be timing things with this pumpkin and this tomato. These are all going to pop and we're going to score immediately. Right, adjacent plants. Gain. It'd also then be lined up with the 2s. I think we'll probably be actually score-wise. I mean, that's 15, 17, 19, 21, 23 times... more than 5, so probably fine on that front. So where am I going to put the jalapeno then? I could reduce that a little bit in exchange for... Yeah, I think that's fine. There's our... Okay, 200. And everything's cleared around that pumpkin in the top right, which is very good for us. Tomato, dandelion, turnip. The dandelion is good. I think I'm gonna stay away from it this time though, and just try and go for more quality. So now what I can do is place these a little separated. Oh, I messed up slightly. The idea was I just don't have the greatest positioning here. Wanted to set things up to be at 1 for these guys. If I do that now, then the jalapeno is going to get messed up, or the pumpkin will get messed up. Both of which are not good to, well, mess up. Unless I did something like this. Yes. Okay. Now I think we're going to overshoot our goal, but... Pumpkin goes in the bottom right corner. Now, the question is, we will have 35 plus another 6 times a lot. Should be fine. So we can look at setting up the next combo potentially. Oh, I forgot about that. I forgot about that. Yeah, 301, good. We don't have the greatest setup for the next week though. Yukon Gold, +1 time to plants in a row. We're 16. Just straight up, huh? I mean, lavender's better now. On plant adjacent plants ×2 and ×2 value. I'd say to the Yukon Gold because I have not tried it yet. This is the time. So I can line this up with this. I mean, that's no real better than being lined up with this, to be honest. Oh, actually it is, because if this gets harvested first, then that will be bad. What I can probably do is this. I'll get like 5 points from that, but like, okay, that's fine. Try and line these things up. Okay, this is gonna get harvested next. And I don't have that many zeros. I've got no way to reduce things. I could extend it, actually. I feel like that is a good choice. Jalapeno. I'm gonna put it here. I don't want to absorb everything. This is gonna be on 1. A lot of things are on 2. It'd be nice if I had more. I think just we need the multiplier. I think I'm just gonna do this. It's fine because that's just taking up space, and this is still worth 5. Still pretty good. Okay, we got a lot of zeros now. We got the Yukon Gold and the pumpkin lined up. Fortunately, these are all 1s, but that's actually probably fine. Because that'll give us a good future harvest. Actually, if I line things up for 2, it's probably not worth. Probably not worth. We're trying to set up batches, basically. I didn't leave any good spot for this, huh? I did not. Well, I think we might have to line up for it too. I say as these immediately get a billion. That's not great. That's not great. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We got some zeros. Well, we might be able to line things up for zeros at this point pretty easily. It's not going to be amazing, but it's something. Alternatively, I could use the Yukon Gold, which I'm going to have to play it, actually. It's going to mess up something. But I could do this and get even more zeros. I'm not going to calculate this, but I think it should be pretty decent. It was decent, but it got us to 300, not... Which, being that close to the goal but not getting the goal is quite bad. Pumpkin and Yukon Gold will trigger on the same turn. Potato is going to give us 5, which is not much. Could just delay it potentially. But it would ruin these. These are all 2s together with potential of a tomato going in between them. Last day, though. So, uh-oh. Oh, we'll have enough points just from these, actually. That's 36 points, 38 points times 3. Plenty good enough. We don't need to worry about it. In that case, we're just setting up for the future. I mean, I could do this. Give up a big multiplier doing that. But you also have a bunch of 2s here. I can't put this somewhere that's going to mess up. Well, I'm going to do this in anticipation of getting something that scales based off of time. Okay. Got our score. We're kind of set up reasonably well for other stuff. We got gold, dandelion, -1 timed all plants. I'm going to do is a reroll and look for something that can scale off of. I didn't get it. Let's reroll again. Oh, we got sweet potato. We know how good this can be. Like, imagine. Need, oh, potato can give it one more use. So this is pretty good here, I would say. I need to line these all up so they get a good multiplier. If I do this, go down to 1. This is probably not what I want. What if I do this first? And then do this. 5 points, wow. Okay. This is unfortunately going to get harvested before this gets bigger. There's really not much I can do about that. We do have 5 things on 0 right now. I could bump that up slightly by bringing this to 0. Or the Yukon Gold actually would probably be a good choice. And then I want this. So we can start lining things up on 1 with the sweet potato. I'm going to put this pumpkin just in the corner. And then this is gone. Or would I potentially want to... Yeah, probably there. It's fine. Okay. Halfway to our goal. Also halfway through the week. But this is worth 30 now. And 35, 37 times 4. Pretty good. Not enough, to be honest, though. And I don't really have a way to delay the sweet potato. Everything's surrounding it, which, you know, makes sense. The pumpkin is going to be lined up for some good stuff, though. Do it here again. Yeah, we're on 2. We're gonna have a really good setup here. Damn, again, 60 short, which is really unfortunate. This is on 0, so I'm gonna have to try and get things onto 0, just so it doesn't have so it has a combo basically. I'm gonna way overshoot our goal. That's enough just to get our goal right there. So we can try and get set up for 1s. Yeah, I think we do this. So that way in the next week, we have a pretty good combo with the pumpkin. Okay. So it's not just about meeting this week's goal. It's about trying to set it up for next week's too. Ooh, lavender. Actually, it's not that good. I think I just want more sweet potatoes, to be honest. Although, tulip plus sweet potato. You get all the benefits with less of the work. Then again, I have to have the sweet potato set up, so copy the highest adjacent star. Which I was going to do to this pumpkin. Probably. Don't really want the pumpkin. Yeah, I mean, this is fine, because watch this. Although it is at 4, and this is at 3. Actually, it's going to get +5 from that, so it should be okay. We got a lot on... Well, I don't have a lot on 0, actually. Oh, we got it with the pumpkin, so it's decent. It is decent, you could say. Destroying this tomato would be nice, but I would be giving up a tomato or a potato. So I'd have a smaller destruction there. I could delay this one by having this out. I should have done this first, probably. But that's okay. Well, I didn't think about this. Well, it'll line up. I won't line up with him because he's going to get +5. That's okay. We'll figure it out. Look on gold. Would help these line up better. Now the question is, do I want to be at 2 or 3? 2, preferably. The jalapeno is not going to be set up for it, but I should have set these up so I could potentially shrink them down with tomatoes. Okay, that's a lot of 1s. Okay, tomato is nice to put it here, almost certainly. Setting them all to 1. I almost certainly get a potato here to make these are all 1s. Copy the highest adjacent star. I mean, I would count for this, right? Surely. Sure does. Okay. I forgot about the potato. Well, I'm gonna put it up here. That pumpkin probably not getting harvested for a very long time. We have a lot of 0s right now. I can make this down to 0. Ooh, we could get a huge payout. Absolutely huge. Sweet potato will obviously be better later. Let's do... this. This is going to be worth a lot of points. A decent amount of points. Now, Pumpkin Man. Also this. I think I do it this way. Yup, that's a lot of points. That's actually really good. Just barely over the goal, which is exactly what we wanted. Tomato or another sweet potato. I can't get the sticker pack, man. Probably more tomatoes, to be honest. But more sweet potatoes. You just had nothing but sweet potatoes? Imagine how good they could be. Jalapeno is I got a ×3 multiplier on this, which is not great, but I've got no way to modify their timer here. These guys are, I mean, other than destroying them. Destroying them is obviously not worthwhile. I could destroy these in the top left. But it is worth 20. It's probably going to be worth it to keep around. I probably want... I don't know if I want the jalapeno that badly, actually. I have to play it somewhere, though, so... This gets a flat 5, so it's better to eat things like turnips. But these turnips could feed our sweet potato, you know? I mean, how much is this worth? It's worth 0 by default, so it has to eat something else to have any value. It would have a pretty good setup. Ish. I want to give up the 5 potatoes just for this later. I don't want to get, everything's worth so much. I could get rid of this 1 tomato. That's not the worst. Although, obviously this tulip would really like to have some good value. Most I'm going to get out of this is 3 extra charges, because this will get eaten. Yeah, I don't see any way to get it fully surrounded. Our current setup. I'm just gonna do this. All right, this sweet potato, I definitely want to delay, I think. Although it does combo with this. Comboing with this would probably be even better because more things are on one. I only have 1 potato, so I can't do both of those. That poor tulip is gonna go. It's just gonna be worth 20 points. It could be worth so much more. Could be worth so much more. Well, I'll pass on its value. It'll pass on its value. Turnip. We have a lot of pumpkins over there, which is mildly terrifying, to be honest. We're gonna get a whole 20 points here. Feels bad, man. Okay, but this is worth 27. And it's got a multiplier of 5, and it's got another 20 here. I could increase that multiplier, potentially. It'd be a waste of another sweet potato if I set that up. You can get the turnip or the potato in. Pumpkins are going to be set for 2. I could play the long game for this. Let it get the +5 from the pumpkin. Oh, and that's going to get even more from the other pumpkin. It could be really big in the long term. Could be really, really big. Okay, well, I think that's the best we're going to get. Okay, so these are all 1s. Oh, this guy's gonna mess up this guy. No. Well, that's unfortunate. Gonna add +5 to him. So having pumpkins beside each other, very bad. Very bad. Although he could potentially then line up with the sweet potato eventually. I want this potato to get delayed. I need 400 points, so I can't delay too much. But I do want it set up for this. Lots of things on 1. I could have put the 2 there as well. That was a mistake. Now I have to put the Yukon Gold, which I forgot about. Taking one of these away. Actually, putting it here is not that bad. Because none of those were going to line up anyways. Playing the long game with this sweet potato. A very long game. Is it going to be worth it? Probably not. Probably not. But you never know. Okay. Zeros. We do have a bunch of zeros, but I'm gonna have to delay these to be 2s. I'm just putting this up here is really bad, but I will have to, I think. Well, we got 2 days to get a lot of points here. Uh-oh. Final day. I only have one thing at 0. And no way. I think we just lose. Wow. Wait, no, yeah, ×2. That's not gonna be enough. I actually lose probably because of this potato. This tulip was there. No, I think we still would have lost. I really needed to. I greeted for this so hard. It did not pay off. Unfortunate. Well, I could have put the tulip there too. But again, the tulip is well, nothing I can do. Nothing I can do. Wow. All right, we'll try again. Ooh, red potato. On plant +3 to adjacent plants. It's worth 12, but a single plant timer reached 10. All right, sweet potato. I need to manage our things a little more cleaner. So what if I do this, this, and then this? They're all lined up for 2, except for obviously the tomato itself, but. All right. Which I can then. I shouldn't have taken out the spot because that's where the pumpkin wants to go. Also, I really should be putting them not beside each other. In case that we get more tomatoes. Like there. I only need 50 points. That is 9 times 3. Not enough. On its own. If I do this, probably will be. And I want to be setting up a little bit more to work with this pumpkin in the future. $65. That's very good. Very close to our goal. Not carrying over your excess was really punishing. Let's try the cherry tomato. We haven't tried that yet. -1 to all plants. So we could just get an immediate payoff of all those. Plus, set up a bunch of these. For success. Oh, it's when it harvests. Oh, well, okay, never mind. It's not when it plants, it's when it harvests. I got 2 whole points. Amazing. Tomato. Can do good work. Or I could delay with the potato. I think oh, actually no, because I got this. Bigger combo is definitely better. That's fine. This will target first. Now, interesting enough, if he was actually harvested first, it'd probably be better. Didn't think about that. Also, I have to play this somewhere and therefore mess things up. Either way, this should be lots of points. Holy. Okay, overshot our goal by too much, unfortunately. Set start double the highest adjacent time. Jalapeno, pumpkin, Yukon gold. I kind of like it. It's a little hard to use, but when this gets harvested, it'll reduce all of them by 1 anyways. I got another one. Cherry tomato. I kind of want to extend this so it lines up with everybody. I think I'm going to put this here. And is there anybody else that I'd want to extend at all? I don't think so. So I'm just going to put the potato there. Should have a bunch of zeros. Now, if this harvests, this will go to 0 and hopefully then get harvested and get included in the thing, which is neat. Fortunately, I planted this here and I really, really wanted it in the top right. Or top left, sorry. That was definitely a mistake, I would say. I guess it doesn't matter too much here. Yeah, so we get some extra there. Not a lot. Okay, but now we will have a lot. Look at all these. They're all primed for it. In fact, the cherry tomato is going to go to waste. Wait a minute. Cherry tomato can set this all up again. These all go down to 0 when it gets harvested, and then get harvested when it comes down to them. Same with here, actually. Although I'm gonna miss out on one. I'm gonna miss out on this turnip. I didn't think that far ahead of the potatoes. But either way, that's more than the points we need, actually. Well, I hope we're double. Therefore, I was extremely wasteful. You have a decent setup, though. If I set... Oh, I'm going to try the lavender. It's on plant. If I draw it now. Oh, yeah. Doubling the time of 0. Who cares, you know? Is there anything I can... Fine, we're gonna double the time of these and double their values. Is that worth it? It's worth it on the Yukon. Not so worth it on the others, though. Pumpkin. I could potentially play the Yukon Gold first, but these are getting kind of lined up already. So it looks like we're gonna be setting up for 3. So what I'm going to do is this. Okay. Although they'll all be harvested one before that because cherry tomato will reduce it. Cherry tomatoes can chain into each other. Oh my gosh, that actually could be sick. It could be really good. If I reduce that... Doubling the value. Nothing's at 0 right now, unfortunately. But I could do it to the pumpkin. Not really, because I don't have a good setup for it. Doubling the time here is actually not that bad, because this doesn't matter. This goes to 32. If I do this, it won't be quite enough to double proc. I think this can still set up really nicely. Okay, so this is gonna proc, reducing everything basically to 0, including this. This is gonna proc again, reducing this one from to 0, this to 0. This will be at 1. And anything that is 2 or less is also gonna be included in this. And we're gonna get an absolute ridiculous payday. Problem is the potato. Oops, the potatoes. Potatoes cause a problem in this. I think. Yeah, well, whatever. It's okay. As well. It'll set us up decently for the next week. 989 in one go. Okay. Eggplant. +5 every time an adjacent plant is harvested. Red potato. Jalapeno. Let's go with the eggplant. I can put it beside these, and they will immediately give it +10. Which is cool. Let's space these out for potential synergies. 55 points. Not a lot, I would say. Cherry tomatoes, always top left. I want things that will be here. And they will get harvested, hopefully, before he does. In fact, I could... Ooh! Do some dirty tricks. 2 whole points. Yeah! That's not great. I'm gonna have to extend these and get a +1. I'm gonna play this down here so I don't have to worry about it messing us up. Okay, so now anything that's 1 or lower will get harvested in one go, giving us a lot. Which means I can... Actually, I didn't leave good space for this, but it can get another 10. And this... It's fine because of the cherry tomato. Okay. Well, that wasn't enough. I just assumed that would be enough. Well, these will be harvested for 32 times 37 times 4. Wait a minute, I can do even better than that. 60. God damn. We're gonna set these up. Oh, no worries about meeting our goal this time. 640, cool. More cherry tomatoes, sunflowers. Yeah, okay, I'll take a sunflower. That has some pretty good potential. So we got some things on 0. I would like to extend that so it doesn't trigger this turn. But also like... It's not super ideal, but it does kind of work. I'm wasting 2 basically instead of 5 by doing this. Although if I'd played the sunflower last, it would have been better. We will still get a very big payday here. That's what I'm thinking. $34. Oh, this potato doesn't match, but it is 9. This one's worth 9 though. We got over 40, over 60 times like 5. A decent amount. If I delayed at all, would it be worth it? You can only really delay one of them. They're better off together. Let me play this potato first. Then do this. Okay. Game's weirdly addictive. I've been playing for over an hour. Oh, jeez. Okay. Got half, over half our score. +4. Damn, I don't have a good multiplier. I got good, decent value on stuff, but not good multipliers. At least this sunflower would get a lot of extra value. There's very high potential for that. I don't think I can do the lavender on the pumpkin as much as I'd like to. Then I won't have enough time to get that value. Right now I've got these 4, which are not great, I would say, on their own. If I were to could delay them. And then 5 and 6 cherry tomato triggers and everything goes at once. I'd rather just get exactly the amount we need, huh? I think I extend these. Then we got lots on 1. This go down. So anything that'll be 2 or less at that point will be good. I think this will be fine. I hope this isn't too greedy, but in fact, I'm gonna overshoot, I think. So this is gonna trigger all of these are gonna get harvested, I think. Well, anything that's 1 or less will. The pumpkin will not. So we can keep the pumpkin around for next time. That'd be pretty good. Time adjacent plant is harvested. Well, we can definitely do that. If I do this, that'll be another multiplier. Doubling its 0 value now isn't very helpful. Doubling the pumpkin's value for next time around will be very valuable. Look at that score. Way over the amount we needed. On the plus side, that eggplant will be pretty big. Still more cherry tomatoes. They're very, very good, to be honest. They really allow you to even things out easily. I almost certainly need to just do this so that pretty much everything will be in sync with each other. Okay, we won't get anything special this way. And now just need to delay a little bit longer. That'll be fine. Oh, it's not fine because I wanted to potato that tomato. What a sentence that is. What a sentence that is. This is a potato, which is not exactly what I want right now. But we'll take it. Okay. Oh, we're on the last week already. I really just need one really big turn. This is 57. If I can get enough multiplier. Oh, hell yeah. It's not going to be a great multiplier right now, unfortunately. I definitely want to do this where all this stuff gets harvested. I can delay it once. It'll be absolutely 110% worth it, so. Now we're going to get, look how much these are going to be worth. Too bad I have no way to get this down. But everything that's 1 or less is going to trigger now. So we'll get 2 pumpkins. This pumpkin's worth 56. This is worth 34. That'll be really good there. Okay. This is going to be a massive score. 1430. There we go. 1500 total. You win. In fact, I am going to wishlist this. This is very good. I score. If you want to check this out for yourself, there's even more things we're unlocking. A carrot. There's a link in the description. Play the free demo. Play it. Gain star equal to the time of adjacent plants. Interesting. English cucumber. +5 value when a plant is planted in the same row. Interesting. So it doesn't look like I was able to unlock any other stuff, but that's probably in the not in the demo, you know. See how many more things there were to unlock. End a day with less than 4 plants on the board. Not available in the demo. Okay, so we got almost every unlockable. There's only one unlockable we didn't get. Fair enough. So, with that, I will see you guys tomorrow. I upload every single day. Plenty of roguelikes, deck builders, strategy games, dungeon crawlers, and games like this. So if you enjoy those things, you may enjoy my channel. See you guys then.